Hi, welcome back to Leetcode. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the second problem from today's weekly contest 482. That is minimum cost to acquire required items. So you are given 5 integers: cost 1, cost 2, cost both, need 1 and need 2. So there are 3 types of items available. An item of type 1 cost 1 and contribute 1 unit of the type 1 requirement only. Okay. An item of type 2 cost 2 and contributes 1 unit of the type 2 requirement only. An item of type 3, okay, cost both and contribute 1 units to both type 1 and type 2 requirements. Okay. You must collect enough items so that the total contribution toward type 1 is at least need 1 and the total contribution toward type 2 is at least need 2. So return an integer represent the minimum possible total cost to achieve this requirement. Okay, that means for this example 1, so that means to generate the item 1, the 1 unit of item 1, so it will cost 3, right? And if I want to generate the type 2 item, then the cost will be 2, correct? And if I want to generate at the same time type item 1 and item 2, then for that cost will be 1 only. Okay, now target is that our number of item 1 should be at least 3 and the number of item 2 it should be at least 2. Now we have to know that what is the minimum cost we need to achieve this number of item 1 and item 2, correct? So what will be actually the solution idea or approach to solve this? That means suppose we actually have 3 options only: either generate the item 1 by using the cost 1, either generate the item 2 by using cost 2, or either generate both item 1 and item 2 by cost both, means 1. So suppose if I want to, for this example, need 1 is 3 and need 2 is 2, correct? And cost 1 is 3, 2, and cost both it is 1, correct? It is 1. Let's check once again. Yes. Now I know that we have to generate at least 3 item of type 1, 3 items of type 1. Now there are 2 options: either generate through by using the individual type or individual cost, or by using the cost both. Okay, so if I use the cost 1, means the I will actually generate only 1 item at the same at one time. So what will be the cost for that? I need 3 elements, at least 3 elements, and each cost for each element the cost is 3, so it will be total 9. All right, this is option 1. Option 2 is what? By using the cost both, I will if actually take 3 operation from cost both, so I actually have 3 elements of need 1. So what will be the cost for that? 3 will be 3 into 1, it will be 3, correct? This is for item 1, correct? Now for the option for the item 2, it will be again, if actually use the cost 2, that means at one time I will actually generate only 1 element. So the cost will be what? I have to generate 2 elements, and for each element the cost will be cost 2, that means 2, it is 4. Now option 2 will be what? At the same time I will generate item 1 and item 2. So what is the cost for that? 1. So I'll generate 2. 2 into 1, it will be 2, correct? Now you can see that if I actually take the if I actually choose this option 2, okay, from both this type, means type 1 and type 2. So what will be the cost for that ultimately? It will be 3 and 2. Now means in if I should take 2 times, then I actually have item 1 type will be 2 times, and item 2 it will be actually also have 2 times, right? So if you actually use the operation 2, that means option 2, then I can generate actually 2 elements, means need 1 and need 2 at the same time. So that means if I actually do that, uh, so it will be cost will be, so 2 into the cost is 1, so 2. Okay, so after this operation I actually have item 1 also have 2, items 2 also have 2. Now still actually need 1 will be still, how much need 1 actually I have 3. 3 minus already 2 I have already generated. So still actually I need to generate 1. And item 2 need was 2. 2 minus 2, this is already whatever actually required, we have already generated this. So still actually we have to generate item 1 type. So for that, what is the cost for that? So I can use the individual cost 1 or cost both. Alright, so what is the cost 1? Cost 1 actually it is, what is the cost 1? Cost 1 it is 3, and cost both it is 1. So what is the minimum? I'll choose the minimum of this, so it will be 1. 1 into 1, so that means 1. So total cost will be what? 2, this 2 plus 1. So after this you can see that after this operation, how many item 1 actually I will have? Item 1, in this operation I have generated 2 items, and for this operation I have generated 1 item. So item 1 actually I have 3, and item 2, how many actually item 2 it will be, we will have in the first operation I actually have 2, and in this operation also, because I am using the cost both, so I am actually using the it will actually also generate the item 2 also. So again actually I have 3. So need 1, so item 1 it is greater than need 1 equals to, greater than equals to, and item 2 it is also greater than equals to need 2. Both are actually greater than equals to need. So that means we have generated at least those many number of items we required, right? So what is the cost for this? 3. Ultimate total cost is 3, correct? For this next operation it will 1, and the previous operation it is actually required 2. All right, so how actually we use the cost both, and how actually we use the individual cost 1 or cost 2. You can see that ultimately we have to generate need 1 number of item 1 and need 2 number of item 2. Now suppose our cost 1 it is suppose 10, but cost both it is suppose 20, and cost 2 it is suppose 5. Okay, so anyway we have to generate need 1 number of item 1 and need 2 number of item 2. Please focus on this. So if I choose the individual component, then it will be actually 10 into need 1, and this will be 5 into need 2, correct? This is clear. But here actually you can see that cost both actually it is 20. So if I actually multiply with this, if I actually take this approach option cost both, then to 20 into the minimum of need 1 and need 2, minimum of this. What is the minimum value need? Because suppose I have to generate at least 10 elements here actually I have also generate 12 elements. So 10 elements I can generate by using cost both, because in cost both I will generate 10 elements of item 1 and 10 elements of need 2, correct? So that's why I will choose the minimum of this. If I choose the maximum, that is, we will not give the our minimum cost. Our target is to minimum cost. So there minimum is what cost. So that's why I will choose the try to take the minimum of this, which actually can be generated by the same cost. Same cost means same step. Then the cost will be what? This 20 into the minimum of this. The minimum of this actually it is 10, 200, right? But for this actually 10 into 10 plus 12 into 5. So this is 100 plus 60 means 160. So again we have still two items, actually we have to generate for the need item 2. So that will be, we have two options, either using the cost 2 or using the cost both, correct? So for that it will be 5 into 2, it will be 10. So total cost will be 210 for this option. First option is that generate by using the individual cost, mean cost 10 into need 1, mean cost 1 into need 1, cost 2 into need 2. Okay, this is the option 1. Option 2 is that try to generate the as much as possible at the same time need 1, item 1 and item 2. That will be the minimum of need 1 and minimum of need 2. Okay, this is the option 2. So that will be 20, the cost is 20 to generate one this kind of operation, and the minimum, how much will element item I should generate, that will be the minimum of need 1 and need 2, 20 into 10, 200. First, this is the first approach. First approach means the first step. Second step is that try to generate the other remaining elements or remaining number of items. Need 1 already I have fulfilled 10, alright, but here actually I have generated only 10 till now, so I still actually need 2 items, correct? So for that I actually have two options, either use the cost 2 or use the cost both, because in this two operation I can generate the item 2. So if I choose the item cost 2, that will be 2 into 5, 2 items actually I want to generate, and the cost for that is 5, so that is 10, that is the minimum. Or also you can also have 2 into 20 into 2, that is 40, but that minimum is the 10. So that's why I'll choose this 200 and this is the 10. So total cost will be 210, but actually the cost is 160. So now actually you can ask the why actually we should use the option 1 and why actually use the option 2. So the condition for that it will be that if cost 1 plus cost 2, if it is greater than cost both, then actually we will try to take cost both, because anyway we have to generate the need 1 number of item 1 and need 2 number of item 2. Now if choose the individual cost, then it will be cost 1 into need 1 and cost 2 into need 2. But in the same time, if I choose the cost both, it will take the cost both into minimum of this. So if this is total cost, because I have to generate anyway need 1 number of times and need 2 number of item 2. So if the total, each time I generate only one element of item 1 by using the cost 1 element of item 2 by cost 2. But at the same time by using the cost both also, I can generate the item 1 and item 2. So that's why I'll compare that. If the total cost for this, if I actually individually, if I generate this item 1 and item 2, whatever the total cost to generate one item, if it is greater than this cost both, then actually I will choose this cost both. Correct? Here actually for this example, what is actually the cost both? It is 20, and cost 1 it is 10, and the cost 2 it is 5. That means 10 plus 5 is it greater than 20 cost both? No. That means we will choose the individual computation. Got it? If it is suppose cost 1, it is suppose cost 1 it is 10, and cost 2 it is suppose 20, and cost both it is 5, and suppose we have to generate 5 elements here, actually 6 elements here need. Okay, so if I choose the cost one item of item 1, so type 1 it will be cost will be 10, and if I want to generate the one item from type 2, the cost will be 20. So what is the total cost? It will be 30. But at the same time, by using the cost both, at the cost of 5, I can generate both item 1 type 1 and type 2 both at the same time. So for that the cost will be 5. Ultimately our goal is same, generate one element of type 1, one element of type 2. For that the cost will be 30, but if I use this cost both, then our cost is 5, so that is the minimum. So that's why I'll try to, this is kind of greedy, so try to take the minimum value, minimum cost. Okay, so if the condition is clear, that if cost 1 plus cost 2, if it is greater than cost both, then actually x will be the minimum of need 1, need 2, and because our answer will be 0, I have to return the total minimum total cost. So because this is greedy approach, so any whatever the cost it will be the minimum and minimum cost. So this is the minimum number of like this is the common, right? Because here actually we are using the generate the item 1, type 1 and type 2, but in the by using the cost both, we are actually generating both the type 1 and type 2 both. So that's why I'll try to whatever the minimum value, that will be the we can use that time for that number of items to use the cost both. So our cost will be, answer will be cost both into x. This is clear. Our cost will be cost both, cost to generate one item type 1 and type 2, and the how many actually element item I am going to generate. Okay, so if this operation actually happen, then we have to also adjust the need 1, because we have to already generated x number of element. So need 1 minus x and need 2 minus x, correct? Else if still we have some remaining number of items, means need 1 still greater than 0, that means we have to still generate some item of item type 1. That time there is two options, either choose the cost 1 or cost both. So I'll choose the minimum of this cost 1 or cost both, and multiply this whatever the remaining items I need to generate. Okay, similar for the, we have to check the need 2 also. If it is greater than 0, then choose the cost 2 and the cost both, multiply with need 2. This is clear. This is a greedy approach. First greedy approach, that try to generate the as much possible by use the cost both, if it is possible. So when it is possible, if the generate to the cost to generate in individual item, if it is greater than the cost both, right, then actually choose the cost both, else it will not be true. So I'll come to this. So need 1, it is still greater than 0, so I'll check that, try to take the actually need cost 1 type. Okay, this is clear, the logic. Now go to the code. So we have to return the total cost initialized with 0, and our first video project try to take the as much possible as by using the cost both. So how it is possible to take cost both, if the individual cost is greater than the cost both. So that's why cost 1 plus cost 2, if it is greater than cost both, I will use the cost both. So how much number I can generate by using this cost both, and that will be the minimum of need 1 and need 2, minimum number of element I have to generate. Okay, so what is the cost for that? The cost both into x number of elements I will generate by using this cost both. That means both will be, it will both generate the item 1 and item 2, right, x number of times. So that's why this will be the cost, and I have to adjust the need 1 also and need 2, because I have already generated x number of item 1 and item 2. So that's why I will just subtract this from need 1 and need 2. Okay, and after this, if still we have some need of type 1, so I have to check that what is the cost for that to generate this number of type 1. So what will be the option for me? So option is that either use the individual operation, means cost 1, use the cost 1, or choose the generate both the type 1 and type 2 both. So for that the cost will be cost both. So I'll choose the minimum cost to generate each 1 unit of type 1. So this is the cost for each 1 unit, and how many items I need, that is the need 1. So that will be added into the total cost. Okay, and need 2, okay, need 2, it is still greater than 0, what will be the total cost? Same cost, I have two options, either cost 2 or cost both, and multiply with the need 2. Okay, ultimately return the total cost. So let's see this example where actually I have chosen this cost 1, it is actually 10, it is 5, cost2 it is suppose 10, and costBoth it is 20. Okay, so that means our if condition will be false. 5 plus 10 is it greater than 20? No. So directly will come to this need one, it is greater than 0. Yes. So I will actually choose the this cost one. Okay, here you can see the cost one, it is 5 into need one. Okay, and the need 2 will be greater than 0, that will be suppose 10 into need 2. This is clear. So now actually you can also think that it's possible that total cost both is in between. Mean cost 1 it is suppose 5, cost 2 it is actually 6, costBoth it is suppose 8. Okay, so it will be something like 5 plus 6 it is greater than 8. Yes, so I'll try to take the costBoth. Okay, so 8 into minimum of need 1 and need 2. Okay, now suppose we need some element from type 1. Okay, so that means need 1 is greater than 0. So what will the cost for that? That time I choose the cost 1, 5 into remaining number of type 1 actually we need. Got it? This condition it will be also handle that. If our cost 1 is less than the costBoth, that time actually we can choose this. Clear? I hope this is clear. I have actually explained by using many examples. So if any doubt, any suggestion, you should comment on that. And I have shared this code in the description for your reference. Okay. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Thank you.